The next part is about the structure.
Hello there, I'm Thomas from Shit ID in a Parking Lot, and today we talk about structure. Please like and subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss the next steps. And I also put some colors to differentiate the different parts we have.
That's a simple tip, but it works, because maybe at some point you'll have so much color blocks all over your screen, and they are not under the right name, they're all different colors. Such fun to listen back to that song. It's called Rewind, by the way, on all your favorite streaming platforms.
One of the easiest part of finding a nice structure. So import one of your track. I selected one of my Synthwave all-time favorite, which is Running in the Night from FM84.
Still one of my favorites.
As you can see, I remade a track structure out of empty MIDI region.
That's funny, because that's actually really great advice to have your structure color-coded and visually on a track. Even if I don't do that exactly like that, I always have my regions like verses, choruses, and all the other parts color-coded, so I can really see what's going on the timeline.
You can see our block of loops here like a block of Lego.
I love Legos.
One easy way to create contrast between parts is obviously by removing one instrument. The bass works really well for that.
If you try to remove the bass between two parts, you can really hear, well, the lack of bass in that part, so that really makes a strong contrast.
If I wanted to listen what B, B prime and A sound, what I would do is loop that and play from B prime. So the next section that will play is the A section right there.
Still do that a lot. It's a really quick and efficient way to listen to a different structure of your song.
Put your loop selection like that and command click on it. That way your playhead will go directly from pre-B here to B prime.
Gold tip right there. Go learn your shortcuts. I'm going to create a second part for that track. That way it will be easier to have some structure going on, even if it's not the full track. And maybe I got a nice riff, so there's that. Let's keep the same chord progression. We'll change the drum rhythm after that, but let's record some guitar first. Good. Let's switch the drum rhythm. Let's do the kick and snare first. I also added some plugs. Now, what can we do about all of that? And I also found that the first lead part on the scene goes well on the plugs. Maybe could help somewhere on the intro, I don't know. This section will be blue. And this one will be kind of purple-ish. I feel the purple one is more like a chorus or a main part, and the blue part sounds more like a verse to me. But what do you think? Maybe it's the opposite for you? We could do two songs with two different points of interest. We could introduce with the purple part. If that's the full arrangement, the most effective way to do some build-up is to remove some stuff. The lead and the guitars at the end for sure. So if I go backwards, maybe I would want something like that. Let's copy that whole thing before. No guitar here. I think I want the pads and the plugs to start, but I don't want the sidechain part from Flux Mini. Let's automate that. And we could have only the first note. Let me try something here. Let's surprise the listener just a little bit, you know? I feel we could just have the terms shorten. Let's try to do the same and build another part. Let's delete the lead here. Nope, but maybe that could work after. There's too much elements, but I think it's the good decision to keep the flow of the lead synth right there. Maybe a simple kick pattern. Let's try the same hi-hat pattern. Let's have it follow the guitar. I think that works. I just want to change the notes on the pads. Maybe not in this part of the song, but that could work. I still want to hear the guitars for now. What do I have to say next in the tutorial? Oh yeah, automations.
Now for this next step, I want to add some life and movement to our track. In our case, an automation is making our DAW perform a task over time.
Okay, so basically you have some EQ automation, reverb automation.
Let's try something like that. Delete this point, curve this.
I did some contrast over song part on drums. Yeah, I think I added some reverb, like on the toms or something like that. Oh yeah, I added more ambience on the B part, filter movement on pads. And then I also did some automation on the master bus. Okay, so let's say that's the intro of our song. What can we do? Those are really strong pads. Let's use a different EQ just so I don't mess up the actual EQ of the synth. It does a really nice job on opening also on the stereo. Maybe let's try to accentuate that with Ozone Imager 2. Let's narrow the stereo field at the beginning. I think we are liking a bit of drums. Da, 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 da. We also could do the opposite. Let me try that real quick. Maybe it won't work at all. Something like that with some nice curves so it's not that obvious at the beginning. Which one do you prefer? I'm not sure. Maybe you could go the other way around when the drums enter. Need a bit more volume on those toms. Let's try to saturate them like a lot. Yeah, a bit too much, but that's okay. I often prefer to do my volume automation with the gain preset. I feel it's easier if I need to readjust the volumes. And also I can bypass volume automation on and off if I need to. We could do a bass filter automation on the bass, but maybe we could just remove the note. Nah, fine, let's do an automation. Yeah, let's cut a bit of bass. So basically what I'm doing is cutting a bit of bass to have a better impact when the next part comes. And I think we could try to do the opposite on the synth lead, which is really present. So maybe we could try cutting a bit of highs. That way we're really gonna have the toms in front of everything. Maybe more wind here. 2 dBs. Let's try that. Oh, maybe. Maybe both. This is really quiet. And we could go back to the big riff. And we could definitely do something for the drums here, but before that, let's keep on going with the tutorial.